Hello, hello, and welcome to Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. My name is Melissa Kerman. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am a crazy crafter, lover of crafts, avid crafter. I could do it all day long. I am here with some super fun projects for you today. And I got some announcements. I got a prize giveaway and a new hashtag today for a prize for this week's event. So give people a chance to join in. What I'm focusing on today is the Eden's Garden product collection, and that's for the project. And yeah, so I'm going to be showing a bunch of things. I'm going to show you the products. I'm going to be showing some things made with it, and I have an event coming up that features the Eden's Garden product collection too. So it's all about Eden's Garden. So let's just launch right in. And before I forget, please share this video. Last time I did a Facebook Live, I'm doing them in events now, and for some reason it never showed up in my feed. So there were very few people who actually managed to see the video, which is a shame, right? So if you guys share it, then that helps other people see it as well. So yes, please share whether you're on YouTube or Facebook watching the replay or watching it live. Sharing is a fabulous thing, tagging friends, etc. Go for it. Please do it. Hi Linda, hi Bonnie. I know I missed some names at the beginning. Hi Jan, good to see you. Welcome everybody. All right, so let's see, I'm going to do the winner of the hashtag from 2 weeks ago. So my last event was on October 14th, my last Facebook Live, and the hashtag was SSS Cute Halloween. That was the focus of the suite. Hi Sally. Hi Patricia. Yay, so good to see people. I'm going to just grab the project that we made to show you quickly, and then I'm going to announce the winner. So this is the Halloween card we made, the Cute Halloween Designer Series paper, and we colored the paper. And this is a random drawing I do through random.org, but the fun thing about this one is that it has a fun inside. Woohoo! The fun pop-up inside makes it so much fun. Hi Mary Beth. Hey Penny. Yay. All right, so the winner is, drum roll please. And I don't know if I've seen her name yet. Hi Sharon, good to see you. Is Elizabeth Gobler, and I hope I'm saying that right. Congratulations Elizabeth. I'm going to be sending you this card in the mail, so probably just in time for Halloween, but I won't write inside. I'll let you use it however you want to use it. So yay. Hi Marcia, so good to see you. All right, so that's announcement number one. Number two is the hashtag. So the hashtag for today, this is probably backwards, but it'll be on my screen in a minute. Hashtag Eden's Garden. Let's just call it hashtag Eden's Garden. Well, actually, does it say sampler? Yeah, it just says Eden's Garden. So the gift today is going to be one of the projects that I'm making. And Linda, do you know Elizabeth? You said woohoo Elizabeth. Maybe that means you know her. Or maybe it doesn't. That's okay. We know each other here from Facebook, right? And then I'm also going to be giving a little mini sampler of some of the products in this collection. So that's super fun, right? Just a little smattering. So I'll show you that in just a little bit. So definitely you want to be using that hashtag, hashtag Eden's Garden. And again, that'll be on the screen in a minute. All right. Let's see. The next thing up is, I did want to mention that I did my sepia technique class just this past week on Tuesday. Well, earlier this week, I should say. And I do have an extra kit. When I cut for them, sometimes it just makes more sense to cut an even number. So I have an extra set of project kits. And I'm going to show you sneak peeks. I'm going to flash them across the screen of the things that we made in that class. So in case you're interested, you could still sign up. You can also sign up for the electronic options as well. When you sign up after the event has happened, you actually get it almost instantly, the PDFs and the videos. The PDFs are due to be ready by Sunday, so by Halloween. So that's coming really soon. So those options are on my website. You can check it out. And I'll include a link in the description of this video as well. Yay, Eden's Garden. I hope you guys have been seeing some things with it. I can't wait to show you what I have to show you today. Yay, it's so hard to keep up with the comments. Hi, Marnie. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's talk about the Eden's Garden Stamp Camp to Go. that is my latest event. I'm doing it teaming up with the Makers Mojo team. There's 4 of us that are going to be designing projects for it. And it is a tutorial that you'll get in a PDF form of 12 projects. So you'll have supplies, dimensions, instructions, all packed into one document. There will not be a video for this event, but everything will be explained in the PDF. So pretty straightforward. You get, again, 12 project kits in the mail and $40 worth of Stampin' Up! Products. And the event costs $60 plus shipping. So that's if you want the kit. We're also offering a PDF only version as well. If you received my newsletter, all that information was in the newsletter, but I will include it in the description of this video as well. Now, if you want the PDF only, it's going to be set up as an instant download starting November 6th. So register, click on the button to register, and you'll get sort of fed into my automated system. I've figured out how to do this in an automated way, which took me hours the other day. But and then you'll pay and you'll get the instant download immediately starting on November 6th or after. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited about, you know, learning this new thing, this new way of doing it. But you still need to register, so click on the link to register. The RSVP deadline for the kits is November 12th, so you got a little bit of time to sign up. Oh, I'm sorry, your internet's going in and out, Elizabeth. I hope you caught that you won the hashtag Cute Halloween. Did you catch it? I probably have missed some comments there, but hopefully you heard that part. All right, and of course I'm going to show you lots of Eden's Garden stuff today, both in the projects and the products, so stay tuned for more of that. Now the Eden's Garden products are an early release item, the stamp set and the dies, from the upcoming mini catalog that goes live in January. And then there's 3 other products that go with the collection that are consumables. When I say consumables, is you use them up. So embellishments and a designer series paper and cotton paper. I'll show you that in a minute. And those are a limited time offer while supplies last. So anyway, so I'm gonna show you those. So just keep that in mind. They go live to customers to order as of November 2nd, both the stamp set and the dies, and those consumable products. And if you sign up for the class, you're going to get all of the consumable products, some a whole pack, some part of a pack, and you'll be on your own if you want the stamp set and the dies. Although you can buy it through the class, and you get a little extra perk for doing that if you do it through me. So all those details are on my website under the Classes and Events tab. First button is Eden's Garden. All the details are there. All right. So let's go ahead and turn the camera down and we'll go ahead and get started. The project focus today is, again, our Eden's Garden, but I'm going to show you a project with a remake of it in 3 different ways to sort of show how multi-seasonal this set can be. So I love the versatility of it, and I'm going to show a few little techniques and stuff, so super fun. Okay, let's turn the camera down and we'll go from there. So let's start by taking a quick look at the products themselves. So this is the stamp set. I have done a ton of playing with this, and I have a bunch of samples. I'm going to show you some samples later today. I have decided that I can't possibly show everything that I create. It just takes too much time to actually photograph and show it. So I'm going to show you some quick peeks here on the screen. They might show up in a blog post at some point in the future or not, but make sure to stay to the end so you can see all the fun samples that I have to show you. So there's the stamp set. And it is considered distinctive. It's a highly detailed set. I'll just bring that up to you, you can see it. And these are the dies that go with them. So it's the kind of combination where the dies don't layer over the images, they just coordinate and complement the images. So that's the bundle. That will be in the January to June mini catalog and is not limited time availability. It will be available for quite some time. And these are the lovely garden gems. Check those out. They actually come in 2 sizes. It's covered here, and I'm going to be using these today. So these are really interesting, fun gems. Hopefully they're not blinding you in the screen. But the ones at the top have sort of a greenish and reddish hue to them, making them pretty versatile. So really fun. And then here, this is actually the little sampler that I'm going to give away to whoever wins the drawing for this hashtag Eden's Garden. So you're going to get one piece, they're all 4x6 pieces of the cotton paper. So it comes in two colors. I think there's 10 pieces in a pack, 12 by 12 pieces, and you get 6 of this color, 6 of this. This is soft succulent, this is evening evergreen. And I don't know if you can see, but one side is shiny, and you can kind of see that there, and the other side is sort of a matte type finish. So you can choose to use either side, and I do also have some fun things that I've done with these papers that I'm going to show you today, and I'm so excited to show them. Okay, and these are the papers. So super pretty neutral, easy to use kind of designs. And do I have all 6 there? Yes, I do. I'm going to space them out a little bit more. So these are kind of the, let's see, these are the gold pattern sides, the sort of A side, if you will. You can see them. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. I love anything foliage and green, and green's one of my favorite colors. Anyway, so and then the back side, which is a combination of some soft succulent and some evening evergreen. So that's the main color scheme here. Now I will say that we worked really hard on our projects for the Eden's Garden Stamp Camp to make sure that the projects are not just in these color schemes. We wanted to provide a range of ideas. So don't think that all you're going to get is these colors and this color scheme. There's going to be quite a bit of variety in there. Okay, just put that back in. All right. So, and if I didn't say it already, I think I didn't, in the Stamp Camp, you get a full pack of the designer paper. So it's the standard 12 pieces, 6 double-sided designs, and you'll get one 12 by 12 sheet of each of the 2 cotton papers in one of each color. It's a very specialty paper, so you can always buy more if you want, but we figured people, could use just a little bit of it and not a whole pack. And you also get ribbon with it. We picked a ribbon that would give you a variety of options. And where did I put that ribbon? It's actually a 3-pack of ribbon that has 3 different colors in it. So one of them I'm going to be showing you and using in the project today. All right, setting things aside. On we go to the next thing. All right, so let's see. Let's get started with the project. So I've got a lot to show you today, so hopefully it's not going to take me too long, but try to make it efficient. All right, so I'm going to show you my Christmas version of this card, okay? And then what I'm going to be doing is making 2 other versions in the process of today's class, if you will. So, oh, Karen, you like those embellishments? Wonderful. They're very fun. So this is my Christmas version of the card. You can see that main image there is heat embossed. I've used the little embellishments and a couple of different ribbons at the bottom just to coordinate, and there it is. Christmas, right? Simple, easy peasy. So we're going to redo that. Oh, you love it. I'm so glad, Sally. It makes me so happy when people say that. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing, Karen. Wonderful. Ooh, I like that. Ooh la la. I love those comments. All right. Keep them coming, guys. Makes me happy. So as long as I can manage to see them. Okay, so I've just got a piece of cardstock here. I think it's 3 1/8 maybe by 4 3/4. The dimensions will be in my blog post. So you can expect to see that. And I'm going to start with stamping this main image in the center. And for this one, I'm going to be using Cajun Craze. Again, I'm taking it into that sort of fall color scheme. And the third one is going to be more of like an all-purpose neutral summer, spring kind of design. So this one is Cajun Craze. And what I'm going to do is this trick that I absolutely love to do. First, I'm going to use my embossing buddy on here. And I'm going to start using 2 ink pads. You guys, a lot of you have probably seen me do this. This is one of my favorite tricks. I'm going to ink it up with Versamark. And then I'm going to ink it up with my Cajun Craze. I'm going to stamp it on my paper. I like the little berries towards the top. And then I'm going to put it into my clear embossing powder very quickly. You don't want to delay in doing this. The Versamark allows that Cajun Craze ink, that classic ink, which normally dries super fast. It delays the drying process just enough so that you can get some embossing powder on that image. which means you can do heat embossing in any color you want. Any color, literally any color. And I just love that. Did I cut my stamp? Yes. That is something I regularly do because if you have any extra rubber around the outside edges, you tend to get ink on them and then it's on your paper, right? So I take pains to cut these in quite a bit of detail. They don't come like this, so you have to do it yourself if you want it that way. So good question, Sally. I don't know, do other people cut their stamps? Chime in and let us know. I don't cut the photopolymer, just the red rubber ones. Okay, so this has got the powder on it. I'm going to go ahead and quickly heat it. And you'll kind of see, hopefully, it kind of transforms. So it becomes, instead of being kind of a matte finish, it becomes a little raised and shiny. And I'm doing this for a couple of different reasons. I will explain that as I go. Oh, Marcia, you cut all yours down? Karen, you do too? Yes. You only have to have a few times where you get that annoying edge of the rubber on your project and, so disappointing before you realize you just got to do it, right? Okay, so there's my shiny little image, okay? See how it's shiny? Yay. All right. Now, the other thing I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to heat emboss a second image. Now, and I've decided that I want to have my next color, my bumblebee, be also heat embossed. Now, you guys know that anything that's heat embossed is going to resist any ink that goes over the top of it. So this allows you to make certain images look like they're in front and certain images look like they're in back, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and, oops, darn, I did what I wasn't supposed to do. Going to start that again. Easy mistake. You're like, why is it a mistake? You wanted it to be yellow, right? Well, I'll tell you why it was a mistake. Because what I want to do is do the same thing I did last time, ink it up, put it on my yellow, and stamp it in the spot, and you really don't want to delay doing it. You want to do it quickly, and I'm just going to do 1 and 2, and then I would put it into my embossing powder and heat it again just like I did the other one, but guess what? I did it on the other side already. So I've got my main image, also heat embossed, and I've done all 3 of my yellows. So I did full ink, second ink, and the second inked image it actually gets a little bit of heat embossing on it also. You can maybe see it in there. It's a lighter shade, but it's also heat embossed just like the full inked one. And I just love this. I really wanted to bring in that bright yellow in this design to kind of, just go again with those autumn colors. Okay, so now I'm just going to start doing some straight up stamping of my images. And I'm going to start with this image using the soft succulent. I'm going to be doing some first and second inking on this. And, oh, I hear the rain. It's raining out. Let's see. I'm going to do this one here, and I'm going to do first inking, and then I'm going to do second to the right and third to the left. So I'm going to get different shades of color each time I stamp it because I'm stamping off. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here. So 1, 2, 3. That way I have the darkest one in the middle, slightly lighter on the right, and even lighter on the left. This is a nice long stem, so I'm making sure to kind of tuck it in to the flowers. And then I've got one more of these to do on this side, and again, tucking it in. Now if I overlap, you remember what I said before, that it's what's embossed is going to resist the ink, so all of these that I'm stamping right now with regular ink are going to look like they're in the background. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to come in with some cinnamon cider, also very fall-like. So Kimmy, you don't cut your stamps? I guess maybe you don't press as hard on the ink pad. Sometimes if you press hard, that's how you end up getting those edges. So I'm going to use this lovely little image. I love these images. They're so delicate and sweet to work with. And I'm going to tuck that one in here. And again, that stem, if it goes over what's heat embossed, it should get hidden in behind. I'm going to do 5 of these babies. Now it might look like the ink is over the top, like what I just stamped right there, but most of that, if not all of it, is going to go away once I do a little gentle wipe off. Okay, I got my cinnamon cider. I've got one more image that I'm going to do. This is a little different from my original, but you know, I like to mix it up. Hopefully it turns out the way I want it. So I really like this image, and I thought it would look really pretty. Oh, you love the color combination? I'm so glad, Elizabeth. Are you a fall lover? I'm a fall lover. So I'm going right over the top of that soft succulent. It goes so well with that color. And I'm actually going to, just to be safe, I'm going to go over down here. It's kind of small, so stamping off a little bit of that stem since it's really dark. And then coming in here over the soft succulent. All right, let's grab a tissue or a paper towel. Got a tissue handy, so that's what I'm going to use. And I've just got some water. I'm just going to spray it to dampen it ever so slightly. I'm going to make it small because when I rub the ink off, it can rub onto something else. So I'm going to try to focus where I'm rubbing so that it's going to not going to rub out where I don't want it to be. So you can see it moved the ink a little bit around in there and filled it in, which is fine because I'm actually going to do some of that anyway. So now I'll show you that one, right? The stem right there is right over the leaf. That's going to come right off. So it moved the ink around a little bit, but now it makes it look like that stem is in behind. Let's see if there's any other spots. And now I'll just wipe it, dab it with the dry side. All right, so now just to show, the most prominent images are going to be this heat embossed Cajun Craze and the yellows, because those are all heat embossed and resist the ink, so they are going to show up in a more prominent way, and the others look more like they're in the background. Of course, there are some overlapped images like over here, but it just allows you to get that foreground and background feel without having to mask. So love that, right? So now I wanted to show you how it would look different if I didn't mask. And I guess I was kind of careful on this one, and I didn't mask anything, but when I didn't heat emboss. So just so you can compare side by side, this one is straight stamping, no heat embossing at all, and this is obviously these images that are heat embossed. And you know, I didn't actually overlap a whole lot over here, so doesn't make a huge difference as I'm looking at it. I did do this. This image in the Evening Evergreen instead of doing this spray right there. But if you look at it at an angle, of course, you see that this is not shiny, and this one is shiny. So anyway, they're similar, but just so you know, the benefit of doing the heat embossing is, you know, as I've described. All right, so this one, let's go ahead and we're going to assemble. I'm going to set this aside for now. I'm going to show you a finished card with that one in just a few minutes. And I'm going to show you my second version. And I'm actually going to put this one together. All my pieces are ready to go. And this is really like the spring version, if you will. So I've got a card base. that is Evening Evergreen and a layer of Soft Succulent. And then my focal piece, notice all greens, and much more brilliant colors with the embossing, Laura. You see that? Oh, good. I'm glad you could really see that in camera. I was not sure. Good to see you here, by the way. I didn't see you on here earlier. So anyway, this one, the flower is done in Evening Evergreen, also heat embossed. You can see it's shiny. That's the only thing that's heat embossed. And then I've used Soft Succulent, Pear Pizzazz, and that's it for the colors around the outside. And I think it's also really pretty. Just a little bit simpler. Doesn't really necessarily feel like Christmas, so can be a little bit more neutral in how you use it, really for any occasion. And on the back side of this, I have dimensionals already. And I've also put some adhesive on the very bottom. You love the green. You know, Melissa, my husband came up and he was looking at this. He actually had that exact reaction. He much preferred the green to the Christmas version. But, you know, I don't know if that's what you're necessarily saying, but that's how he felt. All right, so now what I've got here is, this is one of the ribbons that's going to come in the trio of ribbons. I think it's the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. One of them is this white ribbon, which I love because white is just so neutral. You can use it for anything. You can color it, and I just love that. So I am going to actually just take my piece and place it down onto the white, and this is going to be the sort of underlining of my focal piece. And I've also put a strip of adhesive right on the back of the ribbon itself. I did that ahead of time, and that's really all it is, right? Next, I'm just going to go ahead and attach this. This is a little bit simpler than the first one, because I had in the first one, I had actually 2 ribbons at the bottom, sort of underlining it. So just to compare, there's my all green, and there's my Christmas one. So there's, 1 and 2, Christmas, neutral. All right, now I'll bring those back in just a minute after I finish the last one. All right, so for this next one, I'm going to show you one that I finished with a variation, or almost finished, I should say. So for this last design, the fall-themed one, I'm using Cajun Craze. And you like the Christmas best, Sally? I'm sure everybody has their preferences. Maybe once you see all 3 of them side by side, it'll be interesting to see what people think. So this is the Soft Succulent on the Cajun Craze. And I've got, again, a piece of Evening Evergreen with dimensionals on the back. I have already attached a strip of the Evening Evergreen open weave ribbon. Now, I love this ribbon. Very flexible, and I'm going to show you another one. I'm using one of the other open weave ribbons on the last card that I'm going to show. So again, super simple, just kind of the basic little underline on there with a different color ribbon. And this one, of course, has the heat embossing. Now on this one, I didn't actually finish this on the other focal piece. I took my blending brushes, and with the green, a little bit of Soft Succulent, I kind of added some color in here. And you can see this is heat embossed, so I was able to add that green in there without muddying the red, or the Cajun Craze, I should say. And then I did the same thing with the yellows in here, the bumblebee, and then the green, and yeah, so pretty much that's it. Now this one I also used crumb cake for those flowers, or leaves I should say. Decided I didn't really love the crumb cake, which I switched to the cinnamon cider, but I think it's still beautiful. Is that beautiful? Fall is your favorite? We have at least one person who said their favorite is one or the other of all the seasons, so I love that. Okay, so we're going to go back to this initial card because I've done a fourth version, I guess I should say. So now I've got the same card base, then we're working on that one. And did you notice I've got these beautiful little gems on there? Those are technically mint macaron, and I have them somewhere in here. put them somewhere in here. Anyway, I forget what they're called. Oh, here they are. They are the Genial Gems. These are so pretty. They've got little flecks of gold in them, and I just adore them as little accents on here. Just so pretty. Do you guys like them? I love them. All right, so last one. So now on this one, I kind of have some choices, right? This one is, you know, it's the heat embossed. It's pretty much just like this one. But this one, you know, I actually think it looks really good. It doesn't actually do as much overlapping as I thought it would be. I've done enough of these, so I think maybe I just got good but in overlap. But you still see a little bit of the overlap. It's a little less neat. So one of the other things that I decided to play with was to actually create this image on a scrap piece of paper and fussy cut it. So if you're game to fussy cut, there is the one that I did fussy cut. So I took some of the elements in the die, the set of dies, with the paper, with the cotton paper. I'll show you a piece of it here. We're going to switch to the cotton paper subject in a minute, but one of the shapes, it cuts out a little sort of square-ish frame, or rectangular frame. I'll show you these guys. Right there. So this is die cut with a piece of the cotton paper. It's very thin. With that shape right there. And so that's what I've used. I cut little pieces and put them in a round. And then this die is the one that I used for these three pieces right there. And I think that just turned out to be stunning. That's just my opinion. So just so you know, I took pictures of this as I was doing it so that I could show how I did it. But essentially, I took each of these cotton paper pieces and I laid them out on my focal piece in the position where I wanted them to show up relative to this flower. Okay, I put dimensionals on the back side, you can see, of my piece that was already cut out, and then I took the backings off the dimensionals and I laid it down onto it. I hope that is making sense. So these papers were on here, dimensionals on the back, took off the backings and laid it down, and then it lifted up all of my little cotton pieces of paper. So it was a nice little way to get all my pieces where I wanted them to be with, you know, it was a little bit less fussy. But I just love how this turned out. And then I used some of those same Genial Gems, but in the other color, which I think is Pale Papaya, maybe. Maybe it's not Pale Papaya. I can't remember. Pretty in Pink, maybe. Oh, jeez, it's going to make me crazy. I don't know the colors. The colors change so much that it gets... it's hard to keep track of. It's not that color. I know it is, but anyway, you get the idea. It's a pink. It's that peachy pink that we have in the catalog. So I thought this would be a perfect embellishment. I didn't want to cover what was heat embossed, right? Because I went to the effort of doing that. But on this one, since it had the overlap, I thought, well, maybe this would be the perfect one to attach it to. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just attach this piece first. Use a little bit of my multi-purpose liquid glue. So if you don't want to be bothered with fussy cutting and you don't want to be bothered with heat embossing, this option I think is just a lovely one, and you could do it in all kinds of different color schemes. And then, you know, if you do it and you think, oh, well, it's not quite as much as I want it to be, I'm willing to put a little more effort into this, then you could do what I did and heat emboss it on a scrap piece of paper, cut it out, and then do this little trick with this lovely cotton paper. Now, I am going to take, I have some stickiness on my dimensionals there, but a lot of them are covered up, and that's the main thing. You have to make sure they're all covered up. Or that they have something to stick to, obviously. But I'm going to put some liquid glue on the top of each one so that I'm just going to add a little bit of extra stickiness, if you will, to make sure that it really stays down and it holds down the cotton paper. So I'm putting some on the cotton paper and on the dimensionals in places where it's, of course, all hidden. Okay, so let's get this on there. ever so carefully. And you know what? I'm going to put this on first. It'll be easier to manage. Oh, ribbon. I was going to do ribbon. Oh, darn it. I got my order thing. Okay, so I guess I'll have to put this down since it's just, you know what, I'll just set it aside. There we go. Okay, one thing at a time. I'm thinking out loud as I talk. Okay, so there's another piece that I was messing with that I may also use. So this is one of the dies in the set. I cut it with the Evening Evergreen cotton paper, so that's this piece right here. I trimmed it a little bit on the edges so that if I wanted to use it, it would look right. So I had in mind that I would put it down there at the bottom. But I also played around with some ribbons to use back on this. So this is a piece of that white ribbon colored with the dark Cajun Craze Blends Alcohol marker. Just went over it. Takes the color really well, so that's one option. And then this is the Pale Papaya open weave ribbon. You can see some of it's colored and some of it's not. It's easier to see on the white. So I'm just going to quickly color it so you can see. This is such easy ribbon to color because there's, you know, only the edges really have a lot of substance to them. And the two colors that are the lightest of the open weave ribbon, it comes in all the new in colors. The Pale Papaya and the Soft Succulent are both really light. So you can color them any color that's in that tone, either the green or, in this case, the, I don't know, orangey, I guess, in any darker color and get whatever color you want. So it makes this ribbon super flexible in a way you might not think about. So let's see. So here's my piece, and this is what I had in mind, was to put this at the bottom. So I've got the adhesive already on the back, on the bottom back there, so I just was able to press it down on there. And then let's see if we want to use this other element as well. So now I expect you guys to chime in. Tell me what you think. I went crazy. You mean the fussy cutting, Sally? Yeah. You know, what I do. Okay, so that is a possibility, right? It's going to stick on there. Let's see how it looks on the card. I need to give you guys a chance to comment and tell me what you think. Notice I decided for the open weave ribbon. I didn't ask you that because I kind of had already decided in my head that that's the one I wanted to use. So let's see. It's kind of sticking down further than I think I need it to be. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of lay that on there. I've got other things to show you. So here's my question. Do we want that edge with the ribbon? Or do we want to not do the edge? I'm going to leave it there while I show you some other stuff. You would say I'm on a roll. I like it. Yes. You know, once I get started playing, it's really hard to stop, and I'm having so much fun. So, and that's a good thing, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple other things while you guys weigh in. So ribbon and edge, you love the edge. Okay, so we got 2 yeses. You like the edge with no ribbon. Oh, interesting. Well, there's another thought. You might have to take it off and mess with that. Let's see what other people say. Keep looking. Better with the solid ribbon. Oh my gosh. Oh geez. Okay, let's do that quick. Let's play with it quick. I love that you guys are weighing in and telling me what you think. Okay, let's try it with the solid ribbon because, you know, it works. It works to take it on and off. Why not? I didn't really give the solid ribbon a try, did I? So there's the little edge by itself, and that's pretty simple, which I kind of like. Sandy, you like it all? I love that. You mean the solid ribbon and the edge. Okay, you mean the solid ribbon that I have in my hand right now? I think that's what you mean. It's a very rich color. I really wanted to make sure that I brought enough of the Cajun Craze into the design because it's so prominent in the center, and it's part of why I switched to the cinnamon cider because it kind of blended a little bit better with the Cajun Craze. It kind of made it a little bit more a rainbow, sort of progression of colors from this one to the yellow, and then of course the green. Anyway, I think about this a lot. Okay, so there's that on the front. I like that, just simple. I have the tendency to want to do the simple. the simple look. Okay, there's that. Now you got me playing for a long time. I'll just keep playing. I can't do both. I don't know. I can't decide. Solid ribbon. You like the solid ribbon, Eleanor? That's what Eleanor says. Okay. I don't know. I'm struggling with the edge. I'm struggling with that edge. It's busy. It's got a lot going on. And I just kind of want it to be simpler. So it might need to be that. But I'm going to keep looking at your comments. All right. I think I see Sally saying, yes, that's what I should do. You like the edge. You like the green edge? Yeah. So many choices, right? We all have different opinions and like different things, and that's what makes it all fun, right? Okay, so let's go look at this cotton paper for a minute and let go of this ribbon idea. So the cotton paper is very kind of flimsy, if you will. I showed it to you earlier, right? And it's almost like tissue paper, right? It just moves around. It's wispy. This is the shiny side, and the other side is the matte finish side. Now I stamped on the back side. I did that with Evening Evergreen and just thought that would be really fun. I played around with this. The first thing I thought of with this paper was that it's like tissue paper. You like the open ribbon, Charlotte? Oh my, so many opinions. It's going to be really hard now to choose what to finally settle on. So one of the first things that I did when I got this paper, it was actually the first thing I played with, I'll tell you, is this cotton paper. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second. But this one, I mean, talk about going crazy, right? It's the cotton paper. I heat embossed. I used the method we did today with the, what's it called? Dang it. The Evening Evergreen and clear embossing. Same here and here. It was turned out very subtle. Something about this paper kind of absorbs it in a little bit. And then this is Evening Evergreen straight up inked. A little bit of gold heat embossing, a little bit of white heat embossing. I mean, this, took me some time. I was actually inspired by the paper because a lot of the papers had these elements, but this way I can make a custom paper. It's so pretty. Just love it. And then I tried another one, this one, and let's see, one of them is on, yeah. So this is the shiny side, stamped on the shiny side. It does take a while to dry if you get this paper. And this is stamped on the matte finish side. And of course, I've got different images stamped in different things. This is actually the soft succulent, heat embossed in the same way again that I mentioned before. So much fun, right? So now, you could say, why would I bother doing this? I've got designer paper that's beautiful. Well, part of the reason why is because this is what I was inspired to do. You guys are going to crack up. You can't do what I'm about to do with regular paper very effectively, but you can do it with this. So here we go. You're like, what? It's like tissue paper. So you can crumple it up, and this is my vision, right, of what I was going to do with it. And then I created something else. Now, let's show you the thing I created. It kind of turned into a hot mess, but I do really like it in the end. So this card started out looking something like this. I crumpled it. Sandy says, ouch. I get that. I did it in front of my husband when he was up here, and he sort of had that same response, like, what? What are you doing? Okay, so this is the card. Like I said, it's kind of a hot mess, but it was kind of fun to get to this point. So I did something, like I said, like one of these with a lot of detail, and then I just messed with it, and I kept messing with it, and I didn't know when to stop. I put a piece of adhesive sheet onto a piece of white cardstock, crumpled it, flattened it onto the adhesive, and then started adding ink and adding other stuff. And so, yeah, it's just kind of a crazy, fun, hot mess. Now, so I had this vision. I know, Bonnie, right? Wow. That I would take one of these. I haven't been able to get myself to actually crumple it, but I think I will do one of these. I just won't add as much because I got it to be, kind of messy, and I want to see more of this beautiful pattern if I crumple it. The idea is really just to make it look like something like faux silk, if you've heard of that before. So anyway, I was trying to shock you by doing the crushy thing because I thought it would be fun. Did I succeed? I think maybe I did, based on your reactions. All right, so super fun, right? This was just really fun. And then, of course, this is one of the sentiments in the set. I love that, sending hugs. And I did this fancy little embellishment on here. It has 4 different types of ribbon, this metallic mesh, and then the 2 different golds, and then the gray, what is it called? The gray granite ribbon as well. You wonder if you could crumple it with an adhesive sheet on it. I don't know about having it on it, but by having the adhesive sheet on a piece of white cardstock, then you can take this and you press it down onto the adhesive and you retain some of the crimply, but you sort of, press it out a little bit. It's a super fun technique. You can do it a little bit. You can do it with regular tissue paper as well, white tissue paper that you stamp on with multiple colors. So much fun. And I have done it before and have done projects before, but it's been a while since I showed it. So I had to show you guys that. Okay, so I'm totally in conflict about this. I'm just going to leave it the way it is for right now. And we're going to go and I'm going to show you a few other things. I have all these fun sneak peek things to show you also. So we'll just leave this on the up here so you guys can see all the different fun samples. And what I'm going to show you next. So I would love to know, what do you guys think of Eden's Garden? Isn't it fun? This is just a little tiny bit of what the potential is. I have been crafting, creating, and I haven't been able to stop, so I'm going to show you some of what I've created. And I'm also going to show you sneak peeks of, I'm going to show you sneak peeks of the Eden's Garden projects that I have designed. You love them all. Yay, I'm so happy, Karen. So happy to know. And that's going to be last. And then I also have some sepia projects to show you. So this is one, also Eden's Garden project. And this one I did with the linen paper. I love how this turned out. It's really dark, but it is super pretty. Definitely prettier in person. Can you see the gold in behind the linen paper? So pretty. I don't know if you can see it through. Did this one. Is that just the cutest little element at the top? Adore it. This has the images stamped in the background. Very different. I am kind of curious. I'm contemplating a class focused on the linen paper. I don't know. Would you guys go for it? Would you be interested in a class focused just on linen paper? I'd probably use different stamps, not all the same. But I think that would be really fun. The linen paper's been very fun to play with. Comment and let me know. Linen paper, yes. Linen paper, no. This is done with linen paper too, and I can't even stand to stamp on it yet. But it was so fun to make this little piece of artwork. You don't want the linen paper. Okay. Well, thanks for being honest, Kimmy. I appreciate it. All right. So next up, I'm going to do a quick flash by of the projects for the Eden's Garden Stamp Camp. And remember, you can do it with the kits in the mail, making it super easy to make the projects, or you can do it PDF only option as well. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be fast. Whew. Well, that was my multicolored version option. Here's project number 2. I know, I'm being really fast. Pretty fast. There we go. Next one. I know, it was really fast. Was it kind of just annoying because it was too fast? Try not to go too fast. Anyway, those are my sneak peeks. The linen paper is not a well-known thing, shall we say. I've seen very little done with it and very few people playing with it. Maybe I haven't looked hard enough. I don't know. But I've just had some fun with it. I did a little bit with it on the Maker's Mojo event a couple weeks ago, and I enjoyed that very much as well. Okay, so quick flash by of the sepia class. Also, just for fun, some of you attended. We had so much fun. It was really fun, and I've continued to have fun. Okay, so here we go. That is project number 1, sepia. And I did it with lots of different stamp sets. The next one. And then my little technique page, focal piece right there. So yeah, sepia. So much fun. I had made some boo-boos during the class, and it was really fun to play and figure out what to do with it. And that's coming, actually, because I did find something fun to do with my boo-boo my boo-boo page or focal piece that I made. Alrighty. Phew. So much. Let's see. I think that is pretty much what I have to show you. I'm going to turn the camera around. I hope you guys love these projects, and will, oops. I should have waited to turn that. Yeah, so I hope you're excited about the Eden's Garden, both the projects, what I did tonight, and possibly doing the class. I see lots of people been using the hashtag, so of course we got that little sampler of the paper. That's super fun, right? And then, of course, one of the projects that I did today will go to whoever the winner is. So that will not be for 2 weeks before I actually announce that drawing. As you guys know, I'm usually doing every other week for my Facebook Lives. And next week, I'm actually going to be visiting my mom. And you guys know I wanted her to stamp with me the last time I went, and we never did. But this time I told her I'm going to cancel my flight if you won't stamp with me. I wouldn't really, but I may have told you guys that before. But I think she's going to stamp with me, so I got some really fun ideas to share with her. That's going to be so much fun. So, yeah, and I will be working while I'm gone, but also having some fun with my mom, too. Alrighty, so the reminders. So, again, I have one kit left for the Sepia Technique class, and you can sign up for the electronic options as well. The Eden's Garden Stamp Camp registration deadline is the 12th of November. And as of November 6th, it will be an instant download for the PDF itself, if you choose that option. And what else do I need to tell you? Anything? I think that's it. More information on my website if you need it. Yes, cherish my time with my mom. You are so right, Elizabeth. I am planning to do that. We're going to have a lovely time together, I know. Cook and eat good food and watch movies. She loves movies. And we'll stamp together, and it will be very, very nice. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll get to see my brothers too when I'm there, and a friend maybe. So, okay, well, so blog post for these projects will be on my blog starting Saturday. This will go live on YouTube also Saturday evening. And I should say my next Facebook Live is on the 11th, which is actually the same day that On Stage starts. So any of you guys who are demonstrators, you know what I'm talking about. Demonstrator event. That event, the Stampin' Up! Event, starts at 7:30, I think it is. So I'm going to go live an hour early. So I'm going to do 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 11th. So just know I'm going to be early. Expect that, and that'll be in 2 weeks on the 11th. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. I've been on for a long time. It's been a long one tonight. Not what I expected, but I always have so much to share and say. So you guys have a wonderful couple weeks, and we'll see you back hopefully on the 11th. Happy crafting, everybody.